the whole laced together by circuit board mazes of dirt roads and piping, patrolled by building-sized machines that, enormous as they are, appear dwarfed by the wastelands they have made. The tailings ponds alone cover well over 100 square miles.
And you know that the petroleum companies working up there will be long gone by the time any serious reclamation has to happen. And there's really high rates of asthma in town. There's elevated rates of cancer, not just downstream, but in Fort McMurray itself.
Well, there is money to be made.
It's an extraordinary. There are, some really depressed parts of Canada, especially in the Maritimes on the East Coast. Ever since the cod fishery collapse, people have really struggled to make a living there. And this is really the only place they can basically simulate a middle-class lifestyle. And they do it, hundreds and in that case, and thousands of miles from their families. But they've created these kind of simulacra of suburbia in these subarctic forestscapes. It's kind of a stepchild of the industry. So it has to, accept lower prices and deal with a lot of abuse, frankly, from people who are drilling actual oil out of the ground. There's kind of different tiers of inhabitants. And so there are these camp workers, and these camps really are like gulags. It's, really cold up there in the winter, as you can imagine, 40, 50 below zero. These are insulated trailers that are stacked up. They look a little bit like polar research stations, except they are surrounded by heavy fencing, patrolled by guards. Everybody has to wear an RFID device so that they can be tracked wherever they go. They work, 12-hour shifts. These facilities run 24/7, 365. They never stop. And these men have a look to them after a few weeks in that environment. There's kind of a pallor and a weariness that sets in. And as good as the money is that they're making, the toll on the soul is heavy.